Hey traders, Mike Katz here with 7 Points Capital with today's trader takeaways, and we are getting lots of action here. We're seeing lots going on, and the market is doing a lot of it overnight, which kind of makes it a little bit more difficult. So yesterday I was trading the SPYs, and I was looking for a reversal down after this big red bar, right? We closed really weak here on Wednesday. Let me get this a little bigger here. Right there. So we closed really weak here on Wednesday, and then we gapped up. And that's, for me, is usually a good signal that we might go green to red in a downtrend. Previous day closes like a big red bar on volume, gaps up a little bit, and then to me, that's a sign to go short. But yesterday, we just kept grinding higher, and I had a red day yesterday, just looking for the market to curl back down, and it didn't. And then we got an overnight gap to the downside. So a lot of the moves are happening overnight, and that makes it a little bit difficult. Today we kind of traded exactly, we closed exactly where we opened in the SPYs, more or less. And lots of volatility intraday, but no actual follow through. So I'm finishing the day a little bit on the green side. I'll take it on a Friday with crazy volatility and see what the next few days brings. But a lot of it is overnight recently, and it hasn't been easy. But the key is to just stay alive and try to hit singles and doubles and go from there. And then if we do get nice continuation days, like on this red day, this was a monster day, right? The desk did really well. I had a really nice day on the day where the market just kept going straight down. I was able to really capitalize on that. So on days like that, I'll be able to do well and get the continuation I'm looking for. On days like yesterday and today, I lose a little, I make a little, but hopefully at the end of everything, I end up doing well. All right, that's the market there. We had a few things going on. We had Tesla news. Today, the headline came out. So this thing was squeezing strong last few days to the upside. And headline came out saying that the DOJ is investigating further into Model 3 claims and all kinds of things. The FBI is involved. So the market, the stock actually had a big spike down. I didn't end up putting on any trades in this. My goal with this was to see if I can get, after this spike down, to see if I can get some sort of a bounce to short into this 332 level and then risk off of 338-ish. But never really came. The move was fast to the downside, and I ended up not getting much of a trade-off here. I don't think I traded Tesla at all today. Let's see, Tesla. Yeah, I didn't get any fills, and we'll see. This thing is, I saw this weekend that the stock is, if you look at it daily on this, just absolute chop, right? Between 385 and 250, 260 area. It's just a lot of noise, a lot of up and down, a lot of highs being triggered, a lot of lows being triggered, and the stock doesn't go anywhere. So this used to be a great high beta momentum, tech stock, if you want to call it. But, for the most part, it doesn't really move that much after everything. You take that and you compare it to something like a NVIDIA. Let's see, I just typed that in here, NVIDIA. That's momentum, right? Up, momentum down. You take Netflix. The idea is Tesla doesn't really have much momentum, in my opinion, in a bigger picture. Short term, it has moves, a lot of headlines, which doesn't make it easy either. So I don't know if I'll be trading a whole lot of Tesla going forward. But no trades in this one today. I was trading AMD on day 2. A lot of arrows. Won't be able to really go through a whole lot of it here, but it's SSR, a lot of liquidity. A lot of in and out. I think this ended up being a little bit green, not by a lot, I think. But there was a nice squeeze on the close. Let's look at that over here without all the arrows. AMD, like this move here, doesn't look like a lot, but for AMD, this move from 35.40 to 75 is a 40-cent move. And It's got a lot of liquidity, so it adds up if you could do size in this. So this was right here, these clear buyers and these on this push up. There was a lot of buying, um, and I was able to capitalize on that. But overall, not much there. But the one stock that I've been doing well in last night after hours and today also is Amazon. And Amazon reported earnings. I think they missed a little bit on the top line. This being $1 trillion company, I guess the expectations were really high, and the stock just ended up taking a nosedive. And Amazon, let's see, let's go to Fiverr. Yeah. So big drop. Let's bring this up here. Amazon. AMZN. All right, it's been a long week. Yeah. So if we look at a Fiverr here, big drop here. I traded here on this bounce. I got short, covered it into this washout. Then the conference call was starting. I was flat and then got a bounce into the close of after hours this morning. Big drop. Didn't do a whole lot pre-market and then just started in when the market opened. So my goal with these types of names, and I'll spend a minute or two just going over this because I think it's important. The concept of adding to winners and bailing on the losers quickly. I think it's a great concept and it's hard to execute, but if we can do it, this is the best mindset to be in, and it's the best results in my opinion. So my goal was I'm looking for higher high, higher low to get long, or lower low, lower high to get short. Okay, and you can see I'm getting in. I don't know how easy it is to see. What I'm really using is this right there. I'm really using like a line chart, short-term line chart to see if I can take out some of the noise. And I'm just looking to join in the direction of it's going. So let's see here, right here. So here, this was a lot of higher high, higher low. Figured low risk here to join long because I know I can stop out very close to where this is no longer higher high, higher low. So I tried that, I think, here on the long side, and I closed it out. But then got short. Yep, got short when it started going down, making that lower low, lower high, and was able to do okay here. But the big trade came. I think this was also short, and then some covers, and the big trade came here. So I think buy here with this higher high, goes higher, buy some more, trimmed a tiny bit, but then when it resumed, it went higher, but bam, get some more, and then just try to let this thing work as much as possible. So I took off a third here, and then here was getting a little bit parabolic. I think Tesla around the same time was also getting a little bit parabolic. Yep, pretty straight, but Amazon was even more parabolic. And what do I mean by parabolic? Just the slope of this thing is getting steeper and steeper to the upside, and volume comes in towards the end, which tells you that, okay, so here they weren't really willing to sell it to people. Here they weren't really willing to sell it to people. But eventually you'll see the volume come in towards the end where the slope is just straight up. And when the volume comes in, that's a sign to sell. So this was the trade that really made my day. If it wasn't for this, I'd probably be red. And then try to buy it back on the dip, bailed on it when it didn't work, and then just a couple more trades here. But the goal here was make a little, lose a little, or scratch for, let's say, 2/3, 3/4 of the trades. But then the one that will work, that will follow through, I want to be in that. I want to get bigger. I want to add more, and I want to let it work. So that way, the winner is going to be multiples of what I was losing here and here, just trying to jump on board a trend that is going to have some legs. So finally, this one ended up catching, bought more, sold some, then bought more, and you guys could see, scaled out of it when it got parabolic, and afterwards, a couple of losses. But when I trade momentum, when I trade well, I'm usually trading like this, where I'm not right very often, but when I'm wrong, I'm taking small losses here, small losses there, maybe make a little, break even, but I'm really looking to just nail the one or two trades that are going to really make up for all those small losses and then some. Very tough to trade this way psychologically. It just means lower win rates. You don't get the instant gratification of being right. It's being wrong more often than not. But I think the big money is made this way, not just in intraday trading, specifically in the bigger time frames. That's how most trend followers trade. That's where the money is. And I think, you know, the CTAs and the ones who trade like this on the bigger time frames, they've also been struggling, right? Because you don't have a whole lot of trend really anywhere in the markets right now, because that's another time to discuss the Fed and interest rates and not really having much of a trend in pretty much any asset class. So trend following is not easy. It's tough, but I think when I find something that's in play and is moving, I think for me, the only way I could really trade these high beta momentum stocks is like this. And when I do trade this way, I do much better than, you know, trying to pick reversals, pick tops and bottoms, or even what I'm thinking of here, even set up specifically where I'm looking for a certain pattern. The big money's made in letting things work when it's right with more size than when I'm wrong. All right, it's Friday. It's getting late. Started rambling a little bit, but I will say this. Have a great weekend, everyone. If you had a tough week, relax, get some rest, come back refreshed next week. If you need a day off or two, take it. That usually does wonders for me. And if you did well, congrats. And just remember, the market is really wild right now. Take it easy, and better times will be ahead if you're not doing well. Everybody, wish you guys a great weekend, and thank you all for watching. Give us that thumbs up. Mike Katz, 7 Points Capital, with today's Trader Takeaways.